Right now, a new mandate for Dane County as health officials extend the safety measures. We'll detail the exceptions.
We are tracking temperatures this morning and just how warm they'll go into the weekend. We have what you need to know coming up.
Good Friday morning, everybody. Welcome to News 3 Now this morning. I'm Leah Lynchide.
I'm Chris Stanford. Thanks for joining us. And we start with some breaking news this morning in Sauk County. The Wisconsin State Patrol tells us that one person died in a car crash on the interstate near Lake Delton. They haven't told us how many others are hurt, though. And just in the past 15 minutes or so, we learned that all eastbound lanes of I-90 near Trout Road that were closed are back open again. The road just opened back up, about 15 minutes ago.
Some more news overnight. No injuries reported after a fire at a home on East Washington Avenue. Police were patrolling the area around 1 a.m. when they noticed smoke coming from the home. Firefighters were able to put out the fire pretty quickly. There is no word yet on what caused it. And to our other top headlines this morning, a mask mandate now in effect here in Dane County.
This new order is pretty similar to the previous one. You'll still need to wear a mask in any restaurant or business in Dane County. The new mandate is going to last until at least October 8th. The new order does add an exemption for performers and presenters. Musicians performing with a cover over the bell will be able to perform without a mask. Performers in general don't need to wear a mask as long as the venue meets spacing and vaccine requirements. It comes as we continue to see a rise in cases linked to the Delta variant.
Now, this new order, like the previous one, will require anyone over the age of 2 to wear a mask indoors. The change for performers, good news for area music education programs. Madison School's art education director, Peter Kuzma, says it's crucial for young musicians.
The opportunity to work together and perform as an ensemble is an incredibly important thing for not only for learning the skills, but also for building community and being a part of a really important foundational exercise.
Despite the exceptions, Dane County is still drawing criticism from the Chamber of Commerce. In a statement to News 3, the Chamber called these amendments long overdue and proof the order wasn't well thought out in the first place. The Chamber of Commerce says it is pro-mask, but against one-size-fits-all mandates.
All right, let's check in with Chris Reese now, Madison's certified most accurate forecast. How are we sitting this morning, Chris?
We are sitting at 50 degrees right here in Madison. Dew points are at 49, though, so we're going to watch temperatures. They do have room to fall by about another degree, but for the most part, we're pretty on par with where we were yesterday at this time. Janesville, you're at 52, 49 for our friends in Watertown, and then 47 towards the Dells, 44 in Camp Douglas, 43 in Black River Falls. We're in the 40s and 50s this morning. Winds are going to turn out of the south, though, so that's really going to help those temperatures warm up a bit as we go throughout the day. Here's high-resolution radar. It is quiet for us. This is the expectation over the upper Midwest, and I've said this all week long, that we were going to go with that sunshine. We have high pressure in control. You know I always say it. When you see that blue H, think blue sky. That's exactly what we're contending with. However, this warm front starts to move our direction as we go into the weekend. That's really going to toast things up. And then eventually a cold front starts to lead to more chances for some showers and thunderstorms. Now, as that warm front comes on through, you're not really going to notice it. It's going to come by, and there's going to be very little change, but temperatures are going to increase as we move into tomorrow. Then we start to watch cloud cover trying to increase into Saturday. That is the cold front moving through that leads to more of that unsettled pattern into early next week. But here we are, 80 degrees today. You see that southerly wind flow. Tomorrow we warm all the way up towards 88 after starting out in the 60s. Tomorrow afternoon, quite hot. Check out Janesville, perhaps making it to 90 as we move towards tomorrow. This is above average. Typically, our last 90 happens in the mid to late parts of August here. We're going to flirt with it as we move towards tomorrow. But you see that cloud cover starting to move in on Saturday, and then eventually some of those rain chances are trying to move into the mix. We're going to be watching everything closely as we lead to some rain chances early on next week that take us potentially into the mid portions of next week as well. Things are going to be quite unsettled for us, but that'll keep temperatures at least a little bit cooler, not 88, but still into the 70s and some lower 80s as we move throughout next week. We are going to be talking football, though, in a couple of moments. It is Friday night. That means the high school football games are going to be going on. We also have Badger football tomorrow. We're going to talk about Jacksonville for the Packers all in just a few moments.
Sounds good. There is a really easy way for you to track the weather this weekend. Just download the Channel 3000 app. Search Channel 3000 weather wherever you get yours and download it right now. 6:04, the former Wisconsin Supreme Court Justice leading the state Republicans' investigation of the November elections is calling on state officials this morning. Mike Gavelman is asking those officials to ensure that all records related to the election be preserved and to inform him of any evidence that's been destroyed. He sent a letter to the Wisconsin Elections Commission asking commissioners to tell local clerks to preserve any and all records. State law does require clerks to save records related to voting for 22 months after an election.
Despite tensions, President Biden and Chinese President Xi Jinping say they're trying to find common ground. The two spoke on the phone Thursday. The White House says Biden talked about the nation's competitive relationship and addressed cybersecurity concerns. According to Chinese state media, Xi said U.S. policies have been causing difficulties. He suggested the countries work together for their mutual benefit.
The UN has confirmed hackers breached its system. Unidentified hackers breached computer systems in April, and a UN spokesperson says it's had to fend off related attacks in the months since. It comes after multiple cyber criminal forums were found selling login credentials for software that the UN uses to manage internal projects. The software could provide valuable access to intruders looking to extort the UN or steal data. The UN reportedly had already taken some steps to mitigate the impact of the breach before it was compromised.
Here in Wisconsin, Ho-Chunk Nation engaging with cybersecurity experts to investigate the incidents that left their casino closed for 4 days up in the Dells. According to the State Journal, it's still unclear whether the computer systems crash also came with the hack. They want to ensure that no one's personal data has been exposed. The tribe says it's also implementing some new safeguards to help prevent this from happening in the future.
6:06 now. Today is World Suicide Prevention Day. Here in America, suicide is the 10th leading cause of death. The theme of the World Suicide Prevention Day this year is creating hope through action. Organizers point out that all of us, family members, friends, coworkers, educators, healthcare professionals, and educators have a role to play. So if you or someone you know, someone you love, needs help, remember, the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline is available 24/7. The toll-free number is on your screen. It's 800-273-8255.
6:07 on your Friday. The city's next round of speed limit reductions goes into effect next week. Starting Monday, the limit on Whitney Way from Raymond Road to the Beltline is going to be reduced from 30 to 25 miles an hour. The reduction, which has already been implemented in some other major roadways, is part of Madison's Vision Zero. That's an initiative to eliminate traffic fatalities by 2030.
Stotts Farm saw the return of a famous country music singer last night, Luke Bryan. It was his second performance at the farm as part of his farm tour to promote agriculture across the country. Many were excited for the return of Bryan to the area, but no one perhaps more so than the hosts themselves.
After the pandemic hit, we dumped the milk here down the drain for 24 days straight. So that's 7 semi-loads, which 53,000 pounds of semi-load. So that's all the milk we dump day after day. We milk cows for basically free. Nobody take the product.
Well, last night was just the start of Bryan's farm tour. In the coming days, he'll perform at family farms in Iowa, Michigan, Illinois, and Indiana.
Sad I missed it.
You know who was there?
Who?
The fabulous farm babe,
I
Pam
saw
Yonke.
that. I heard that on the radio, and I was so jealous.
She was all over social media yesterday.
First a farm tour across the West, and then a trip to go see Luke Bryan. Tough job, Pam.
To cap it off.
My
well,
gosh.
what a trip for her. I can't wait to have her back. I believe she comes back next week, right?
We got a lot of questions for her, that's for sure.
All right, 6:08 now. Coming up, as we remember 9/11 this weekend, what those impacted the most want from us.
And how a church in the 608 went solar and the benefits they're already seeing when we come back.
When you run with Sloan's on a John Deere 1025R, you can feel the power. Get your John Deere 1025R for just $171 per month. Get a John Deere now and
power up at Sloan's.
Visit Sloan Implement today, celebrating 90 years and going strong.
Finding the right ingredients for a healthy lifestyle can be tricky. That's why SSM Health and News 3 Now are here to help.
Our Time for Kids recipe for health experts use online conversations and on-air reports to answer your health questions.
So tell us, what topics would your family like to hear about? What questions do you have?
Use the handy feedback form on our Time for Kids page to share what matters most to your family's health. And together,
let's take time for kids.
In one instant, an accident can change your life. Gingras, Thompson & Walks has assembled the top personal injury lawyers in Wisconsin to fight for victims' rights. If you've been injured in an accident, contact Gingras, Thompson & Walks for a free consultation.
You protected our rights, preserved our freedom. You may have even risked your life for us. Now, it's our turn to fight for you. Your local Wisconsin emergency, energy, and housing assistance providers, and the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund reward the service of our veterans with rental and energy support in their time of crisis. Apply today to get the fresh start you've earned.
Is your credit score getting in the way of the things you want to do? Personal loans through NetCredit offer fast and flexible lending. Borrow up to $10,000 and choose repayment terms that work for you. You may even be able to build your credit history as you repay. NetCredit, a more personal loan.
Hi, I'm Rebecca from 90 Day Fiancé, and this was my stubborn body fat that I just couldn't get rid of. But then I went to Sono Bello, and they permanently removed my body fat in just one visit.
It is so intensely gratifying for one visit to make this big of a change. It's amazing.
Sono Bello's board-certified surgeons use micro-laser technology to safely target and remove your diet-resistant fat cells permanently on your stomach, hips and thighs, back, and so much more.
It feels incredible to look down and it's flat. Thank you again, Sono Bello. I'm so happy.
Schedule your free, no-obligation consultation and find out how you can get $250 off instantly. Call 1-800-595-1532 or go to sonobello.com.
When you run with Sloan's on a John Deere 1025R, you can feel the power. Get your John Deere 1025R for just $171 per month. Get a John Deere now and
Power up at Sloan's.
Visit Sloan Implement today, celebrating 90 years and going strong.
You're watching News 3 Now This Morning. Winner of the National Edward R. Murrow Award for Overall Excellence in Television.
Welcome back. Let's take a live look this morning at One World Trade Center in Lower Manhattan. Quite a view this morning. Preparations are underway right now ahead of tomorrow's 20th anniversary of the 9/11 attacks. As Americans and the world prepare to mark the anniversary, survivors are reflecting on what's changed 2 decades later.
The U.S. withdrawal from Afghanistan just weeks ago and the Taliban's return to rule further complicates the emotions of the day. CBS's Bradley Blackburn reports now from Lower Manhattan in New York.
20 years after the September 11th attacks, the world will pause to reflect and remember. But Paul Conlon lives with the memory every single day.
There is something about anniversaries that, I guess, focus it. You do remember it a little more.
Conlon was an FDNY captain on 9/11, one of the first responders who converged on Lower Manhattan after the attack. His crew was moving towards the burning buildings when one of his men was killed just before the South Tower came down.
It was just a matter of, running and not really knowing what was collapsing.
Tomorrow, the president will be here at the World Trade Center site to remember, too. The nation united after 9/11. 20 years later, there is deep division. Jack Grancola's pregnant wife died when her hijacked plane crashed in Shanksville, Pennsylvania.
This country was united from sea to shining sea. And today, maybe now would be a good time to let the divisiveness drop, let the knee-jerk vitriol drop. Just take a minute to pause and look deep into your own soul.
Nearly 3,000 people were killed on 9/11, making it the deadliest foreign attack on U.S. soil. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.
President Biden also plans to attend commemorations in Shanksville, Pennsylvania, and at the Pentagon. You can catch live coverage of the 9/11 commemorations throughout the morning tomorrow, right here on CBS. You can also download our Channel 3000 News app today. You'll find a full page of our 9/11 coverage from this week, as well as a full list of events going on in our area to remember. 9/11.
6:15 now. Let's turn it over to Chris Reese with your first warned weather. A little look at our Friday night lights forecast. Hey, Chris.
Yeah, good morning. Things are smooth for us as you head out tonight for the football games. We are talking temperatures that are comfortable in the 70s and even cooling off into the 60s by the time we get you towards the end of those football games. Badgers play tomorrow. It's a little hot, especially as you're tailgating. Temperatures are going to be into the upper 80s, right around 90, but by kickoff, we'll start to cool things down to about 86 degrees, mid-70s by the end of the game, and you may notice a little bit more cloud cover getting into the mix. We also have the Packers this weekend, and I know folks love to travel to the Packers, so if you were looking for an excuse to go to Florida, there it is. Florida this weekend, Jacksonville, we are going to see temperatures into the 80s, but we do have shower and thunderstorm chances on both days. Actual game day, we're going to warm up to about 88 degrees, and at no point are we looking at a washout. It is Florida. It rains around this time of the year, especially with the heat and humidity. I'm also watching traffic this morning. We're not seeing any issues right here in Dane County, so that's some good news. If you're going to be traveling anywhere from Portage or even Janesville, things are all smooth. We did have that fatal crash earlier near Lake Delton. That has cleared now, so that's some good news as well as folks begin to head out the door that we're not watching any issues.
All right, Chris Reese, thank you very much. There is a local church in the 608 doing its part to go green.
Josh Sprider is live on the west side this morning with this story. Good morning, Josh.
Hey guys, good morning. Yeah, we're just outside the Lutheran Church of the Living Christ off of Gammon Road. To give you an idea of where that is, that's just a couple of blocks north from Memorial High School. And we're starting to see a little bit more as far as the project goes. But take a look at this video yesterday during the day of the latest project here. 133 brand new solar panels now lining the roof to provide power for the church and school. Through a combination of grant funding and donations, the church was able to have a 50 kilowatt system installed that will help reduce or eliminate their monthly electric bill. Something Dustin Sumner with Sun Badger Solar says is promising going forward.
Solar in Wisconsin is a relatively newer concept, but there are federal tax credits. There's a state rebate available in Wisconsin today. There's also tax write-offs for business purchases. In a situation like this, with a nonprofit organization, they don't have that tax liability. So we have to get donations, we have to get different grants.
In the first few months, they're already seeing the benefits, saving on average about 50 to 60% of their electricity bill. To put that into perspective, that solar panels are putting out enough energy on average to power 10 homes. And over time, that number is only expected to increase to a point where they can sell it back to the grid with credits going back onto their account. So coming up in our next half hour, we're going to hear from the church on why they decided to do this. Also, why you might want to look into this as well as for your home or business and some of the benefits that they are already seeing this morning and how it could save you in the long run, guys. A lot of stuff to learn. I mean, this thing is becoming a thing of the future now. Solar panel, you'll see a lot more on people's homes, businesses, and pretty cool when you drive up. You can see the solar panels just lining the roof here at the church.
Yeah, it does look pretty cool. The future is here. So, Josh, in your video you were showing, there was this little pad, this little electronic screen up inside the church, and he was using his phone to control. What can all be done in that setup?
So it's pretty cool. So the congressional members can actually track it for themselves. So you saw that thing inside the church. They actually have an app on the phone that anybody part of the church can actually go on there and see how much, if it's a sunny day. I was actually just talking to the maintenance guy just a couple of minutes ago, and he said it's fascinating that even on a cloudy day, they're taking in energy from that. So it's pretty cool that they can actually track it in real time.
Fascinating. Josh Sprider. Thanks, buddy.
Remember to let Josh know what inspires you in the 608. You can reach out to him on social media or shoot him an email for a chance to be featured.
All right, 6:18, some other headlines this morning. Walmart is ending its quarterly bonuses for U.S. workers. It starts at the end of January. The company informed the workers of the change in a memo, as well as saying that it's going to roll those bonuses into the base pay of those associates. The company has been gradually phasing out the quarterly bonuses during the past year and is now just eliminating them. The news comes after Walmart announced last week that it was raising its hourly minimum wage from $11 to $12 an hour. That starts on September 25th. The move will raise wages for more than 525,000 workers.
Burger King now going to use celebrities with stage names to promote its food changes. New Keep It Real meals like this one emphasize what Burger King calls real food. They're trying to eliminate 120 artificial ingredients from their menu. Famous TikToker Lil Huddy, also known as Chase Hudson, is the first to receive the meal. He created one that includes a spicy chicken sandwich, mozzarella sticks, and a shake. Burger King says its food will taste the same, so customers won't notice the changes on their own.
I don't know who Little Huddy is, but if you're going to eliminate the artificial ingredients, I'm all for it.
And put mozzarella sticks on a spicy chicken sandwich? Sure.
Let's do it. All right, so Taco Bell also in the news this morning. So they want you to recycle your used sauce packets and refill them. The fast food chain teaming up with recycling company TerraCycle for a new program here. Here's how it works. Customers collect their empty sauce packets, and then you mail the empty packets back. Taco Bell says they want to save 8 billion pounds of used sauce packets from going into U.S. landfills every year. By 2025, Taco Bell hopes that all its packaging will be recyclable, compostable, or reusable.
A high bar to ask customers to throw this in a envelope and mail it back on their own.
It's a little too much work.
You paying for the stamps, or
I know.
They're pricey these days.
It's a process, right? All right, coming up in our next half hour, we continue our coverage of President Biden's new controversial battle against the Delta variant.
But up first, a big advance in the robotic vacuum industry. What that is, after the break, might help out your family.
Download the Channel 3000 app today.
Cobuson Buses, now hiring.
After we backed that bus out of its stall and started driving, I just loved it. We really get a chance to get to know each other. Almost everyone has a different story about how they came to bus driving, so you really end up feeling like you're part of a family.
Visit Cobuson.com to apply.
Scan the code. Deals loading. Deals engaged. Scan the code. Super hot deals. Activate QR code. Initiate savings.
Stop whitening your smile the old-fashioned way with strips and trays that can take 30 minutes to an hour. I'm Jonathan Greenhut, the CEO of Power Swabs. When I met Dr. Ginniker and he introduced me to Power Swabs and I saw how effective they were and how easy they were to use, I knew we had to share it with the world. Power Swabs was clinically studied to whiten natural teeth as well as stained caps, crowns, and veneers. It's so effective, it works on stains caused by coffee, tea, red wine, and even smoking. For those of you who have that one stained tooth that's darker than the rest, Power Swabs can target that area using swab precision.
I really love the fact that you're able to go individually on each tooth and make sure that it's going to be wider.
So this Labor Day, if you have yellowing between your teeth or coffee stains near your gum line, just snap, swab, and smile. And each 5-minute application, you'll see whiter teeth. So stop whitening your smile the old-fashioned way with strips and trays that can take 30 minutes or an hour, and start using the Power Swabs 5-minute solution. Just snap, swab, and smile.
After just 7 days, the results were awesome. Power Swabs was easy to use every day, and each day I could see it better and better, and from beginning to end, it's definitely whiter. They look clean, they feel clean, and people have made comments about it, which is nice.
Show off your white smile this Labor Day. Call for your 5-minute solution to whiter teeth. Order Power Swabs and receive up to 40% off the retail price. Get a free Power Swabs Quick Stick pen with your order. The Quick Stick pen is your on-the-go solution to help prevent stains from adhering to your teeth after drinking coffee, tea, or even after smoking. And in addition to saving up to 40% on your purchase and your free Quick Stick pen, get free shipping by ordering now. Dial the number on your screen or visit powerswabs.com today.
Cobuson Buses, now hiring.
Working with Cobuson, it's definitely been great because of the flexibility. If you do need time off, they work around you. They definitely try to make it a company that's based for you.
Visit Cobuson.com to apply.
Welcome back. We always ask you to share your morning with us, and our executive producer snapped this photo out at Fesky Park the other day, and he pointed out to me, look, you can see there was a group of women, painting the landscape there.
Oh, it is a beautiful landscape. Doesn't it look gorgeous out there this time of year? And it's going to get better, too, because the fall colors are going to start turning soon.
Could you imagine painting out there, though? Yeah. What a great idea.
Something tells me Matt Clark is going to be back out there when those leaves do start turning.
With an updated photo, hopefully.
Well, share it, Matt, because you're the boss around here.
Whatever you want to do, Matt, or don't share it if you don't want to share it. Boss?
All right, 6:24 now. So years of research has led to a big advancement in robotic vacuum cleaner technology.
Yeah, the new Roomba vacuums have the ability to avoid pet feces on the floor. Check out this diagram. One puppy owner drew it to show what happened to their Roomba when it met feces. They called it a poop-tastrophe.
Gross.
Yikes. The CEO of iRobot says fixing the problem wasn't easy. It took over 100 physical models, 100,000 images put into the vacuum's algorithm to fix the problem. And they're saying now any machines that still cause this poop-tastrophe, they will be replaced at no cost.
My deal is, if they went to all this trouble to come up with technology to avoid the poop, why not just come up with the technology to effectively clean it up?
Or you could just have the perfect dog.
Like you.
Like Bascom. Who never makes an accident in the house.
This is very impressive. Bascom is very well potty trained, and she's just a few months old.
She's got a strict dad. I can never yell at her. But Zach.
So Zach's the disciplinarian at home?
Zach's the disciplinarian. I make a point of being the one to feed her and pet her, and Zach is the one who's the bad cop. Ooh, I'm a bad
Isn't that always how it works? Good cop, bad cop at home.
Practice for kids right there.
All right, let's check in with Chris Reese. You got the bus stop forecast queued up,
Chris. Sure do. A beautiful day as you are headed out the door. No issues. 53 by the time the bus picks you up. 76 being dropped off later on this afternoon.
Thanks, Chris. Stick around, folks. We'll be right back.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
For a job you'll love, well, you gotta get down. Mounds Pet Food Warehouse. Every day you'll get to help so many pets in town. Mounds Pet Food Warehouse. We've been here 50 years and we're employee owned. With opportunities to grow. We'll match your 401k. Discount your pet supply. With great benefits and more. Mounds Pet Food Warehouse powers us all. And don't forget the free Mounds candy bars.
Looks like they finally got rid of that trip hazard. They pump it full of mud?
It ain't mud, Jack.
Where are the patched holes? Where's the splashed mud?
It ain't mud, Jack.
Concrete lifting technologies can quickly raise and level any concrete surface using cutting-edge foam technology made in Wisconsin. Fast and accurate and eco-friendly.
How did those guys do it? Where are the holes? Where's the mud?
It ain't mud, Jack.
.com.
You've heard that an apple a day keeps the doctor away, but you still need to see your dentist because getting good dental care is important to your overall health. You know dental bills can take a big bite out of your budget, especially if you're retired or on Medicare. Even a simple cleaning can cost $200. And other procedures like crowns and root canals can cost hundreds, even thousands more. But affordable dental insurance from Physicians Mutual Insurance Company can help. Give us a call or go online for this free information kit with all the details. This isn't just a discount plan. This is real dental insurance that can help pay for over 350 covered procedures like cleanings, fillings, crowns, even dentures. There are no deductibles, no annual maximum, and you can see any dentist you like. So don't wait. Call now or go online for your free information kit from Physicians Mutual.
Physicians Mutual, Physicians Mutual.
Everything is relative. Travel, for example. A trip to Stoughton might seem like a long way, but if you're shopping for diamonds, it's closer than you think.
Diamond Select.
Importers of shimmering diamonds from the mines of South Africa to the streets of Antwerp and Tel Aviv. They shop the diamond capitals of the world so you don't have to.
Diamond Select. Direct pricing saves you money.
On GIA certified South African diamonds.
Diamond Select.
Downtown Stoughton.
From your fingertips to your lips, get Culligan drinking water. With connected technology smart AquaCentral drinking water systems, know your filtered contaminants and water usage. It even contacts your local dealer when the filters need changing. Contact Culligan Water, the local water experts.
Looking to update your flooring? Surgenians has you covered. Our experienced salespeople will guide you through the area's largest flooring selection so you can make the best decision. And Surgenians' reliable craftsmen ensure your flooring's installed right. Local, sustainable Surgenians.
This is not about freedom or personal choice.
Right now, President Biden being strict on vaccines.
We're tracking some heat moving in for the weekend. We're going to talk about what that means for your game day forecast.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Friday. Welcome to News 3 Now this morning. I'm Leah Lynchide.
I'm Chris Stanford. President Biden outlining the most aggressive attempt to combat COVID-19 since he's taken office.
Yeah, it includes new federal rules aimed at prompting nearly 80 million unvaccinated Americans to finally get their shot.
If you want to work with the federal government and do business with us, get vaccinated.
Lots of working parts to these new rules, so let's break them down for you. Biden is signing executive orders to require all executive branch employees and federal contractors to be vaccinated. The president says the people left unvaccinated are hurting everyone else.
Here's what's perhaps the most controversial. This action plan mandates that all employers with more than 100 workers must be required to have them vaccinated. Unvaccinated workers would have to be tested weekly.
Now, the Department of Labor and OSHA will be in charge of that mandate. They're currently drafting the emergency standard that will allow those new rules to go into effect. A few other pieces of this mandate. All healthcare workers at hospitals that receive Medicaid and Medicare funding will be required to get their shot.
This expands on his previous executive order that nursing home workers would have to be vaccinated to receive federal funding.
And some reaction to that decision. Biden's plan already receiving pushback from lawmakers like Wisconsin's Republican Senator Ron Johnson. Here's his statement. Senator Johnson says the mandate, quote, without recognizing natural immunity and making exceptions for it, is an outrageous trampling of civil liberties. We should note the CDC recommends people who have been previously infected with COVID-19 still get vaccinated. The governor of South Carolina tweeting after the president's speech that the American dream has turned into a nightmare. South Carolina does have its own state OSHA program that will have to approve the federal mandate.
Georgia Governor Brian Kemp tweeted out that they'll pursue every legal option available to the state of Georgia to stop this blatantly unlawful overreach by the Biden administration. Georgia does not have its own state-approved OSHA and will automatically be under the federal mandate once the emergency plan is in effect.
Similarly, here in Wisconsin, we also don't have an OSHA program, so the mandate will automatically take effect here as well. We're helping you find your shot. In the meantime, if you're still looking, Public Health Madison-Dane County has a couple of drop-in clinics today. This afternoon, they'll be at La Rosita in Monona from 11:30 until 2:30. There's another clinic on the north side at Moob Oriental Market from 3:30 to 5:30. Both clinics are stocked with supplies of all three approved vaccines.
Milwaukee Public Schools is the latest city to mandate vaccines for staff. Last night, their school board voted unanimously to require all employees be vaccinated. They have until November 1st to provide proof. Medical, religious, those exemptions will be made. Madison schools, meantime, currently working on a plan that will also require staff to be vaccinated.
6:32 and just into our newsroom this morning. There's a suspect under arrest for a shots fired case overnight. Police got the call just after midnight of shots heard on Northport Drive on Madison's north side. No injuries reported, but there was some damage to the inside of a building. No details have been released yet on the suspect. And an Air Force base in Ohio is no longer under lockdown after an active shooter incident there. The Wright-Patterson Air Force Base shut down around 9:30 last night after reports of an active shooter. Just after 1:30 a.m., they posted on Facebook that the base was all clear. No other updates have been provided.
A man shot in Madison last month has died. 30-year-old Ryan Cook died Friday. He was shot on August 10th on Atticus Way. Cook was recovering at a rehab facility, but experienced complications last week due to his injury. Police are still investigating his death. 6:33 now as we check in with Chris Reese, Madison's certified most accurate forecast. What do we need to know, Chris?
Well, you need to know that things are going to be pretty toasty, especially as we start to move towards the weekend. A little taste of summer for tomorrow. We're quiet, but then we're going to start to turn unsettled as well as this same system works its way on through. Here's what we're watching. High pressure has been in control for us. This has kept us dry. It's kept that sunshine around, but here's a warm front. This is moving our way. That's going to bring change into tomorrow. Behind it, there's a cold front in southern Canada. That's going to start to bring some change towards Sunday and throughout early next week. Let's talk about the warm front first, because you're going to notice a little bit of a difference, especially as we start to move towards tomorrow afternoon. This is this afternoon. We'll see our temperatures into the upper 70s and low 80s. On the other side of that front, 80s, 90s, even triple-digit heat start to expand their way into the upper Midwest. Saturday afternoon, that warm front's now to our north. We're at 87, 90 in Chicago, 97 in Des Moines, triple-digit heat as close as places like Omaha, Nebraska, only 6 hours away. But eventually, the cold front comes through. 69 in International Falls by Saturday afternoon, 88 in the Twin Cities. Yeah, we're going to start to feel a whole lot better after that, but it's also going to lead to more chances for some rain around here. We're dry throughout most of Saturday, but Saturday night into Sunday, we could see some showers. Sunday into Monday, more chances for showers move our way, and then Tuesday is when we'll likely see the most widespread shower activity here in southern Wisconsin before things start to wind down a little bit for us into Wednesday. But you start to look at the numbers, and by the time we get you towards Wednesday, we could be talking an inch, maybe even an inch and a half of some rainfall around here. That's some much needed water, so we'll take it here in southern Wisconsin. We're within about 2 to 3 days now, so go ahead and determine your game plan, especially if you have those outdoor activities. You're going to want to make sure you're following the weather closely, which you can do, by the way, by downloading that Channel 3000 weather app. First Warn Weather in the App Store. We will certainly be on social media as well, helping you plan that. But 88 for Saturday. You see the unsettled weather throughout most of next week. We'll keep those temperatures still cooler, but above average for this time of the year.
Yeah, a great time to have that First Warn Weather app, since we've got, you know, high school football tonight, Badger game tomorrow, with farmers markets going on, all sorts of stuff as people try to soak up that perhaps the last nice, warmish summer weekend.
Yeah, and you know, Sunday is going to be interesting. I know there's a concert at Breeze Stevens Field on Sunday night. I think it's Phoebe Bridges. There's a lot going on. So, yeah.
All right, so if you're looking for that app, just go to wherever you get your apps and type in Channel 3000 Weather to download it for free.
6:36 now. 9/11 had a particularly awful impact on a small Wisconsin community. A 25-year-old from Kewaskum died during the attack on the Twin Towers. Her family spent years requesting a piece of World Trade Center steel, and now, on the 20th anniversary, Wisconsin's 9/11 Memorial is open. Naomi Coles takes us there.
Every single point in here points to something else.
Symbols guiding people who visit Kewaskum to both remember and to learn.
This piece was granted to us by the New York Port Authority. It's actually angled facing Ground Zero in New York, which is southeast of Kewaskum here.
The small community southeast of Fond du Lac now features steel set on a pentagon-shaped base. It's one of several pieces of the Twin Towers placed throughout Wisconsin.
So a lot went into designing that base and getting the steel put in such a way that felt natural.
The smallest symbols here are large with meaning.
That oak tree is 754 inches to the center of the memorial, which is the same distance in inches from Kewaskum, from this memorial to Ground Zero.
And this tree started from the seeds of another.
So on September 11th in the World Trade Center Plaza, they found one badly mangled but still alive tree that was left in the plaza. And that's now referred to as the survivor tree.
A number of plants pay tribute to lives lost.
Once these are covered with the clematis every September, that plant will bloom.
It was the family of one of the victims that helped kickstart this site. 25-year-old Andrea Haberman, a Kewaskum High School graduate, is one of 18 victims listed with ties to Wisconsin.
There's lots of emotions that come back, certainly.
U.S. Army veteran and Washington County Executive Josh Schulman is the site's largest donor. He feels his deployment to Iraq left him no choice but to get involved.
Seeing the children in Iraq when I arrived, drinking out of puddles and realizing to myself, I had to come back home and do something that would make a difference and earn the sacrifice of those guys who put their lives on the line.
For him, this memorial carries the burden of an urgent message.
We've lost our resolve as a nation, and I think we need to look deep and figure out who we are and get back to that unity that brought us together.
In Kewaskum for News 3 Now, I'm Naomi Coles.
You can join Naomi on For the Record this Sunday for a special on-the-road edition with a complete memorial tour.
Doesn't that look nice? It looks like a very fitting tribute. I want to check that out. That's on the list for sure. And coming up tomorrow morning, CBS News will have special coverage of the 20th anniversary of the attacks beginning at 7:30. 6:39 as we take a look outside this morning. The sun is up and shining to start off your Friday. A little bit chilly out there. But we have a warm-up on the way that Chris Reese is going to time out.
And the first flight out of Afghanistan since the withdrawal. Who was among the 100 passengers?
Plus, the message of a church in the 608 after they went solar when we come back.
I learned long ago, if you've got the right tools and a little know-how, you can do it yourself. And no wall of mine's gonna get some dime a dozen paint. Pittsburgh Paints and Stains. Premium performance from start to that tough, washable, one-coat finish. It exceeds expectations of what makes great paint. Pittsburgh Paints and Stains.
Get 11% off everything, including Pittsburgh Paints and Stains.
McGann Furniture in Baraboo has a question for you. Have you ever bought a piece of furniture in a box and then had to put it together yourself? We know it's not fun. At McGann's, everything is professionally inspected and assembled before pickup or delivery. Goodbye headaches, and there's no extra charge for assembly. And remember, at McGann's, we don't inflate prices only to mark them down for a sale. Stop in soon and discover the difference. You'll be glad you did. McGann Furniture, downtown Baraboo.
Here's to the guy with the tree in his kitchen who can't talk right now because his elderly neighbor needs help. Here's to the generator in the middle of the street with extension cords running to 4 different houses. Here's to the countless acts of kindness that helped the Midwest recover from one of the worst storms in recorded history. You've given a whole new meaning to the term silver lining. The worst brings out our best.
You never call, baby.
Daydreaming again? But I love you still. You know I'm driving, right?
I do.
If you ride, you get it. GEICO Motorcycle. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
The Burrish Group at UBS provides comprehensive wealth management focused on client service, financial results, and helping clients pursue their goals. Our multi-generational group of financial advisors allows us to relate to all of our clients. Every generation has priorities, and with our experience, we can find the fit that suits your cycle of life. Call us today to start the conversation.
This year, News 3 Now won over 15 Wisconsin Broadcasters Association awards.
Certified as the most accurate weather forecast in Madison.
And now honored with 2 Edward R. Murrow Awards, including the National Award for Overall Excellence in Television.
Over the decades, we received countless honors, and our commitment to you remains the same.
We are committed to bring you the highest standard of journalism day in and day out.
News 3 Now, honored to be recognized as one of the top stations in America.
I'm Matt from Madison. Hey, Chris, plan my day.
Look at Matt right there on the water. A beautiful day to do it. We're going to be comfortable. Oh, my gosh. Look at that sunrise coming on in. Like I said, a beautiful day out there. We're going to warm up towards 80 this afternoon, and it is sunshine pretty much all the way across the board. Here's a live look at Madison right now. We are seeing dry weather here throughout southern Wisconsin, and that's what we've been expecting pretty much all week long when it comes to today. And that's going to continue to be the case into tomorrow. Temperatures warm up towards 88 for the weekend. By Sunday, a cold front moves on in here, so that means temperatures in the 70s. We are going to watch a few clouds and some chances to see some showers and thunderstorms as well. So that's certainly one thing to keep in mind as we move towards the weekend. Folks, send in your videos. We have one that came in from Highland. It's in the queue. It's not in yet. I know Leah's excited about that. So folks, Highland, Platteville, send in your videos. We want to showcase your community.
All of Southwest Wisconsin.
What's the chance you know this person?
What's the chance I'm related to this person?
Probably just as good.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, Chris. 6:43 now. There's a local church in the 608 doing its part to save on energy.
Yeah, this is really cool. Josh Breider, live on the west side this morning to share the story with us. Hey, Josh.
Hey guys, good morning to you. Happy Friday, everyone at home. Yeah, we are at the Lutheran Church of the Living Christ off of Gammon Road, just north of Memorial High School this morning. And finally, some daylight, that sun coming up later, but we can see the latest project on top of the church. A little dewy this morning, but check out the solar panels that they installed earlier this year, and they're already seeing the benefits from that.
It's been a discussion item in our properties board for years, and finally in the last year or two we've had it come to fruition because enough people have said yes, that would make sense now.
Brett Veerman is one of the project's biggest supporters, and he's proud of the positive impact they're already making. Sky 3 gives us a closer look at the 133 solar panels that are now helping to save on the energy costs for the church and school. I'm told the donors wanted to have something that would have an impact beyond their lifetime, and over the long run, they hope it will help build a better tomorrow.
I think that was a motivating factor for our members, especially the older ones, which surprised us. It wasn't just the younger people, but the older people who stepped up. And I think they saw that this was an opportunity to give something back toward the future and for the younger children that they enjoy seeing in church.
With the help of Sun Badger Solar, through a combination of grant funding and donations by congressional members, the church was able to have a 50-kilowatt system installed that will help reduce or eliminate their monthly electric bill. Right now, they're saving about 50 to 60% of their electricity. That number is expected to only increase to a point where they can actually sell it back to the grid with credits going back onto their account. Now, there are a lot of takeaways here, and there's a lot to learn from solar power, and I've got a link up on channel3000.com where you can actually go ask the questions for yourself if this is something that you'd like to do for your own home or maybe your business. Guys, a lot to learn. Pretty fascinating stuff. And 50 to 60% savings, that's a big deal. And if it's only going to go up from there, sign me up.
There are certainly a couple of houses with solar panels in our neck of the woods, and Zach has asked me about it, so we're certainly looking into it, Josh. Thank you very much.
Remember to let Josh know what inspires you in the 608. Reach out to him on social media or email him. You can find him at in the 608 at WISC-TV.com. 6:46 to Afghanistan now. The first flight out of Afghanistan since the U.S. withdrawal has safely arrived from Kabul. The plane carrying more than 100 people, including at least 20 Americans. It took them from Kabul to Doha in Qatar. It was filled with people desperate to leave the country that the Taliban had taken control of.
Unfortunately, I had to leave my mother, sisters, brothers in Kabul. They were sleeping, and I didn't tell them. I just left, and I called them from the airport.
There are still a number of Americans and visa holders that have not been able to leave the country. No word yet on when they can be evacuated.
6:47, and straight out of a spy movie, Facebook is expanding its vision, pun intended, with new smart glasses.
So check them out. They're Ray-Bans. They can answer phone calls, help you listen to music. They'll take photos and record up to 30 seconds of video. They come equipped with Facebook Assistant voice commands and built-in open-ear speakers. You can also share directly to Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter from the glasses. They cost $299 and come in 20 different styles.
I will say $299 is not what I was expecting.
Yeah, because they already cost a couple $100 if you were going to buy just regular Ray-Ban shades.
I think they're like $250 these days.
Yeah, they're pretty pricey. So $300, not too shabby. But do we really need another thing to connect us to
what do you
the
think?
Online world?
Is this something you'd wear at home?
No, I'm trying to eliminate that kind of stuff from my life and shed some of that stuff. So I will not be purchasing.
Yeah, ditto. I told you about the Apple Watch that I just spend all of my time on. So another piece of technology, not necessary, yeah. Okay, 6:48 now. Coming up in the sprint, history being made at the U.S. Open Tennis Championship this weekend.
But first, we want to say happy birthday to this guy. Bubba! Here at News 3 Now, it's his birthday. He's a few years older than 3, but
he's
we
our
wanted
floor director, and we love him.
Happy birthday, Bubba. We love you, buddy. Also, do we have any actual 3-year-olds turning 3 today? Nicholas, happy birthday, Nicholas. Thanks for celebrating with News 3 Now this morning. We'll be right back.
Bubba is as excited as a 3-year-old today.
Look Who's 3 is sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Indoor Water Park and Conference Center in Warrens, Wisconsin.
Fry Construction is celebrating 26 years of providing excellence in home improvements. We strive to exceed the expectations of our clients with each and every project we do. Respected by your neighbors and voted Best of Madison 2 years in a row. Best Kitchen and Bath Design, Best Roofer. Experience the Best of Madison for yourself and save 26% off gutters or insulation with any full roofing project. Schedule your consultation today at fryconstruction.com.
Here's today's hot and perfect tip. Run in place at all times.
Don't follow extreme routines. Do your own thing at Planet Fitness. Now through September 16th, join for just $1 down, $10 a month, and cancel anytime. With tons of equipment and free fitness training in our clean and spacious clubs. Don't miss out. Join today for just $1 down, $10 a month, cancel anytime. Hurry, deal ends September 16th.
5 Madison area locations. Stop in today.
Your pipes need to loosen up. Your furnace needs to chill out. No more Freon for your AC. You don't need a working ceiling fan. Nothing can stop me from causing problems in your home. Oh no, the homeowner's called Action Man and his action team.
That's right, Pesky. Your problems are plunged.
Call on Action Plumbing, Heating, and Electric at iwantactionnow.com.
Hi, I'm Dr. Andrew Warden, board-certified plastic surgeon and host of The Doctors. If you're like most people struggling with areas of stubborn, diet-resistant body fat, then it's time you call Sono Bello.
I lost 2 inches here in the waist, and I lost 3.5 inches here in my hips.
I can wear a little black dress. I feel sexy.
I got to buy 4 brand new bikinis. I had abs after Sono Bello.
Sono Bello can remove stubborn body fat permanently in just 1 visit.
Sono Bello's board-certified surgeons use micro-laser technology to safely target and remove your diet-resistant fat cells permanently. Schedule your free, no-obligation consultation and find out how you can get $250 off instantly on your stomach, back, or even your thighs.
I actually tried a bikini on, and I looked in the mirror and I thought, wow.
Call 1-800-918-0466 or go to sonobello.com.
Looking to update your flooring? Surgenians has you covered. Our experienced salespeople will guide you through the area's largest flooring selection so you can make the best decision. And Surgenians' reliable craftsmen ensure your flooring's installed right. Local, sustainable Surgenians.
Is your credit score getting in the way of things you want to do? Personal loans through NetCredit help you borrow up to $10,000. So check your eligibility on netcredit.com today without affecting your credit score. You may even be able to build your credit history as you repay. NetCredit, a more personal loan.
Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning. Winner of the National Edward R. Murrow Award for overall excellence in television.
6:52 time for the morning sprint.
Police in Janesville are looking for a shooting suspect this morning. Here are the details of the case. Police got a call last night at 9:30 from several neighbors reporting gunshots in the city. No injuries or property damage was reported. If you saw or heard something, give Janesville officers a call.
Breaking news this morning in Sauk County. The Wisconsin State Patrol tells News 3 Now at least 1 person died in a car crash on the interstate near Lake Delton. They haven't told us how many others are hurt. All eastbound lanes of I-90, though, near Trout Road were closed and have since been reopened.
A man shot in Madison last month has now died from his injuries. 30-year-old Ryan Cook died on Friday. He was shot August 10th on Atticus Way. He had been recovering at a rehab facility, but experienced complications related to his injury. Police are still investigating his death. There are no arrests in that case.
Starting this week at Unity Point Health Merritt Hospitals, patients are now being offered a COVID vaccine before they leave any of the general medical floors or the birthing center. Currently, the hospital is offering the 2-dose Pfizer shot. When a patient receives a first dose of any COVID vaccine prior to hospital discharge, they'll get an information sheet on the vaccine and will be directed to receive their second dose with their primary care doctor.
It is official. Rebecca Clayfish is running against Tony Evers for the governor's office in 2022. Clayfish served as lieutenant governor under Scott Walker for 8 years. She announced her campaign yesterday. Clayfish, now the biggest Republican name to challenge the governor.
The Labor Department says last week 310,000 Americans filed for jobless benefits. That's a new pandemic-era low. The dip last week for unemployment benefits goes hand in hand with the expiration of the enhanced unemployment benefit program. It also means there's no more emergency aid for the 12 million Americans who are still unemployed.
The Transportation Security Administration will be doubling its fines for travelers who refuse to put on a mask. It could now cost you up to $3,000 for repeat offenders. It's thanks to President Biden's latest executive order. The TSA's travel mandate requires masks on airplanes, trains, buses, and in airports and stations. It first went into effect in February. It was just recently extended into January.
History at the U.S. Open. An 18-year-old from Great Britain is now the first ever tennis player to make it to a major finals from the qualifying round. Emma Raducanu is ranked 150th in the world and had to play 3 matches in the qualifying round before the 5 games she's played in the main tournament draw. Last night, she beat 17th seeded Maria Shikari to solidify her spot in tomorrow's final. She'll be playing another unseeded opponent, 19-year-old Leylah Fernandez from Canada.
New numbers show the summer of 2021 was the hottest on record in the United States. The National Oceanic and Atmospheric Association released its monthly climate report this week. It shows the summer of 2021 tied with the Dust Bowl of 1936 for hottest summer on record. The average temperature was 2.6 degrees above the 20th century average. This comes after NOAA announced July was the hottest month on record for the entire planet.
Hey, it's going to be a busy weekend for Badger sports. So tonight, Badger volleyball has a top 10 matchup against Kentucky. It's at the Fieldhouse. The match starts at 8 o'clock. Badger football taking on Eastern Michigan at Camp Randall tomorrow. Kickoff. It's a night game at 6 p.m.
Flags will be flown at half-staff tomorrow in Wisconsin in honor of 3 New London brothers killed in the Pearl Harbor attacks. Malcolm, Leroy, and Randolph Barber were aboard the USS Oklahoma. Their remains weren't identified until this year. Tomorrow, they'll be laid to rest in New London. Governor Evers ordered the flags be lowered in their honor. He'll make a separate order regarding the anniversary of 9/11.
If you're headed out the door this morning, a smooth commute is expected for you pretty much all day long. Look at that, green lights all the way around. A beautiful sunrise taking shape. We are sitting at 50 degrees. Winds are calm, but they're going to turn southerly as we go throughout the day. 52 in Janesville right now, 58 for our friends in Monroe as well. 48 in the Dells, and we warm up to 80 as we move throughout the afternoon. But we're going to be watching some rain chances moving our way into early next week. That'll bring a healthy drink of water our way. We need it.
All right, Chris Reese, thank you very much. Taking that sunshine, folks. Grab your cup of coffee. Enjoy the rest of your Friday. We'll see you back here Monday.